What's going on, GeoFuck Psych Perspectives? And I want to talk about Struggle Love Part 2. Again, I've watched Successful Ladies Live, Paris Milan. There's another person, I believe, Chloe, who talks about hypergamy. And there's just so many theories and perspectives and ideologies. And I really feel like it's important to hear people out, listen to their perspectives, learn about different ideologies, compare and contrast, and figure out what's best for you by doing the research. Now, back to Struggle Love. I've been dealing with the same stuff, for the past 9+ months now. I got out of a negative situation, toxic relationship from hell that wasn't really going anywhere. It was just manipulative and it was using. And it really made me realize that if we're really being honest, and I can only speak about my perspective and what I've seen in the Black community. When it comes to dating in the Black community, especially for me as a millennial, and then also being a part of the LGBTQ+ community, is that the dating scene is abysmal. And even when I was living in the closet and being the cisgendered heterosexual, the dating scene was abysmal because, once again, first of all, we have to look at the big picture. And I know I'm gonna catch flack for this, but this is my opinion. This is my perspective. These are my lived experiences. And then this is also based off of the research that I have done. I'm not saying what I'm saying is right or factual, but these are lived experiences that I've had. And what I've seen is that it's struggle love. You have a bunch of bums, essentially. They have nothing to bring to the table, and this is regardless of gender. This is regardless of sexuality. These niggas and bitches have little to nothing to bring to the table. I mean, if you really take away everything, the most these people are bringing is sex. They're bringing a nut. You know what I mean? That's it. They're bringing ass, pussy, dick, sex organs. That's it. Because they don't have jobs. They don't have their own sources of income. They're not educated. They're not intelligent. You can't hold a conversation with these people. Everything is very limited. You can't see yourself. First of all, how can you grow with someone who you can't even have a deep conversation with? So again, a lot of these people, the only thing they're bringing is sex. Other than that, they have no purpose. And I believe, especially in the Black community, that's where we go wrong. We're trying to turn people who have little to nothing to bring to the table into prize possessions, and they're not worth a pot to piss in. And this is why I personally believe in, and this is about to sound horrible too, compartmentalizing people. Okay? And what I mean by, it's a compartment. You're compartmentalizing folks. And what I mean by that is, there are some people that you have sex with. There are some people that you go to brunch with. There are some people you talk about politics and religion with. There are some people that you can talk about your childhood trauma with. There are some people that you can go out to eat and dinner with. And then there's some people that you go and party and get high. You smoke weed, or you go to the club and drink and get lit with. But the point is, very few, you're not going to be able to do everything with one person most of the time, is my point. Which also brings me to another thing that I know a lot of people aren't necessarily into. But I'm kind of taking a break from monogamy, because I feel like, me personally, monogamy teaches ownership rather than relationship. Because of what I've seen and what I've experienced with trying to be in this struggle love monogamous bullshit in the Black community, is that, first of all, the whole time is, that's my man, that's my woman, that's my bitch, that's my nigga, that's my person. So again, ownership. You're not really concerned about how they're feeling, how they're doing. You're not really concerned if they make you happy, or if you're making them happy. It's really just about, hey, I own this human, And then you're so hypersensitive to, well, who are they talking to? Oh, they left a heart on somebody's picture. They left a comment. Or you're in public and they turn their head to the left slightly. They must be trying to cheat. So again, to me, it just is about ownership. It's not about relationships. It's not about love and compassion. It's not about having a companion. It's about ownership. Okay? And and this is just from my perspective. I personally I do not believe that monogamy is natural. Because, really sit down and think about it. You really think one person is going to be your everything until you die? Really? This is why a lot of our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents were in shitty-ass relationships for 40, 50 plus years with somebody that they absolutely hated, but stayed together for the sake of the family. I'm not doing that. That's why a lot of us in my generation, millennials, we don't have kids for various reasons. Number one, who can afford them? Everybody rolling around in massive student loan debt and working jobs that don't pay them shit. So why would you go and procreate and create another human? Okay, this is why we're so big on pro-choice, having access to contraceptives and birth control, etc., and getting our tubes tied and vasectomies and hysterectomies, because people are seeing for themselves. Children are a burden when you don't have the financial stability to take care of them. When you're not mentally stable, you have no business having kids. But that's a whole nother video that needs to be discussed in the black community, because it just seems like we have a thing for having children that we can't take care of and being in struggle loves that aren't going anywhere and constantly reliving the same generational curses. No. The buck stops here, as my grandmother would say. The buck stops here. But I was, and this is personal. I'm about to get personal here. I just had a situation where, this person, we were vibing, everything was smooth, and now all of a sudden, and I'm just at this point in my life, especially after what happened last year with another individual, I don't have time for it anymore. I let people do what they want to do. If you feel that, you got a lot of stuff going on in your life and you need to take a break or whatever it may be, then you go and do that. But here's the thing. I'm not chasing after you and I'm not checking up on you. I don't have time for that. You're a grown-ass person. You are a grown-ass person. And that's the problem in the black community, regardless of gender and sexuality. These people are looking for mommies and daddies, therapists, lovers and friends, sex partners, fuck buddies, people they can hang out. They're looking for people they can use. Number one, who can I use? Who can I manipulate? Who can I use as a meal ticket? Because a lot of these people, they don't have a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of. Let's be real. They're low-hanging fruit, okay? And we know this. A lot of us know this, but we continue to talk to these types of people. Okay. And then next thing you know, you don't have a partner. You got a damn investment project, because now you sitting up investing. You got to be their spiritual guide, their therapist. You got to provide them with money, weed, love, attention, affection, sex. You done adopted a child. That's what I mean by the struggle of. You taking care of the person. They saw you as the meal ticket. They done got you. And then a lot of these people, regardless of gender and sexuality, will try to trap you in some form or fashion. And most of the time, they're trying to trap you with a baby, with a child that you don't even want, that you didn't even sign up for. So that's why I'm quick to say, if you are engaging in sexual activities, please get tested on a regular basis. Please use protection. Get on birth control, contraceptives. Me personally, as a person of trans experience and being intersex, transgender and intersex, I'm definitely getting on birth control. I was assigned female at birth, even though my medical chart showed that I was intersex, but that's a whole nother video. Because I was assigned female at birth and having these organs down here, you gotta get on birth control, folks. You gotta get contraceptives. And then in the upcoming future for me, I'm definitely getting a hysterectomy, because I don't want kids. I don't want them. I'm not interested. And I've seen enough to know, like, no. And then on top of that, people always ask, well, if you're not monogamous and you're not heterosexual, then you're not going to be able to have kids. And it's like, do you realize that that's not everybody's goal in life, to be a fucking baby incubator? Like, that's not what everybody wants. And then all you got to do is look at the black community. We have plenty of children that nobody is taking care of. So if a person chooses later on to adopt, that would be the better option, because we have enough unwanted kids running around our communities. And then if we're being honest, we were unwanted kids. A lot of us come out of dysfunctional single-parent households. So we were the unwanted bastard kids that nobody wanted. So why would I go and relive the same generational curse and have another child that nobody really wants, so they can grow up in a dysfunctional single-parent household? I'm not interested in doing that to another person, to another human being. So, like I said, if you have the means, you're educated, you have the resources, you're intelligent, or you should simply give a fuck about your life, I would recommend, especially dealing with the struggle of in the black community, I would recommend getting on birth control, getting a hysterectomy, getting a vasectomy, etc. Because if you, I'm gonna say it again, a lot of these low-hanging fruit, what are they doing? They are trying to trap you. Okay, hence why they tend to be the ones that want to participate in unprotected raw sex all the time, because they don't give a damn about their own lives. So the damn show ain't gonna care about yours. And if they see you going somewhere and prospering, they're gonna try to trap your ass with a damn child, regardless of your gender and sexuality. Okay, be careful with these types. That's all I'm saying.